Hi, we're back. This is Hef.
It's crispy.
Yep. And today we've got Old Rasputin, a Russian Imperial Stout.
Mm-hmm.
We're headed back to the Stouts again for this particular episode. It was my turn to choose. I decided we're doing Old Raspy here because we've talked about it in every video.
Yeah, we
At
really use him
least once.
Yeah, he's a unit of measure.
Yeah, and I felt that it's now time that we've done a couple of these videos that we now actually rate or go through Old Rasputin, and you guys can actually see what we've been comparing everything else to.
Mm-hmm. The alcohol by volume is going to be it's a 9%. It's really a great set of packaging. It's what it kind of called itself to me originally when I first saw it in a big walk-in cooler of all these artisanal beers, and I was like, no. When I saw that, I was like, all right. I think one of the things that played into it is I had actually watched Hellboy, I think the week before, so it was still kind of fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
And
now Rasputin's actually kind of got a legitimate history to him.
Oh, drastically, yes. Yeah. One of the most unexplained, surprisingly unkillable men ever. But yeah, he was part of the downfall of the Romanovs and just the whole thing like that. And he's some people consider him a very antichrist figure, mainly because he was.
I'm not Antichrist. Antichrist.
Yes, he really kind of self-styled himself he styled himself as that, or at least history has styled himself that. Mostly he was just an advisor and purported satyr to the Russian court at the time. But this is brewed out of Fort Bragg, California, North Coast Brewing, which we were just talking about before we went live.
How is Fort Bragg, California, which is, you said, just north of...
No.
Or in the region of...
I said it was north of Mexico.
Yeah.
It's in Southern California. I think it's near San Diego. I don't know why you would get north. Maybe there's a landmark near where the brewery is. I don't.
Because that coast is... That's not north of anything. There's so much more north of that than... There's
bottled and brewed in the United States.
I give you guys a nice little picture of this bottle. It's got a nice little...
Make sure you get it nice and close. Actually, the last couple examples we've done were just too far and too quick to get like a good grasp.
So it's got a nice little depiction of Old Rasputin there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's remarkably well printed.
Yeah,
I've never had a complaint about it. All right. Shall we?
Yep.
Straight to the chocolate center, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. It always has that strong chocolate punch to it.
Yeah, I never actually noticed this on the bottle before.
Oh, never say die?
Yeah, never say die.
Never say die. Yes. Yeah.
It's kind of cute.
Right up there on the top label. Some of the history, I don't remember the exact amount, but I think he survived like 7 attempts to kill him, like poisoned, stabbed, shot again, run over by something, and then they put his body in a sack, threw him in a river, and then after binding him up, and then when they finally recovered his body, he had lungs full of water and he was out of his bonds, but he didn't make it out of the bag. So it was like he survived all of those things. That's why I never say die. And that's why he became a legendary figure. Is because he just absolutely refused to die. There's very rare cases of such just near legendary,
unkillable.
Yeah. I mean, there's miraculous escapes, but there's not full mortal wounding, and the guy just no. I'll deal with this tomorrow.
Yeah. So now that that's gone down just a little bit, and I can actually enjoy the beverage. I doubt the flavor difference is going to be really noticeable because the head is so thick. It's going to lock in a lot of the flavor and prevent the aeration.
Huh.
Which is actually what the head is supposed to do. Imagine that.
I somehow doubt that was like intentional. I think they
later on it became intentional.
Okay. I was just like first guy who probably figured that out was like, huh, that's neat. It probably wasn't. I need something to. Because they were probably drinking. They were drinking fermented liquids out of skulls and gourds. It is a weird thing. I'm sure there's a historian or scientist that can point us back to the original first mentioning of a fermented drink of some kind. But yeah, somebody figured this out. Talking about, and I bet that first guy was like, we need more head on this.
This needs more head to save the flavor. No, I'm sure some of the original brews, concoctions were probably pretty nasty.
Yeah. Bob, could you stop talking about your head and give me a hand here? There's a dinosaur here. There's a dinosaur.
Now, like I've stated in many videos prior, I'm not a huge fan of the super bite that the heavier stouts and IPAs tend to have. Out of the bottle, that's really the first thing I get.
Is that dink?
Yeah, that some old man, I accidentally bumped him in a bar, and he turns around and looks at me and goes, "I'm mysterious," and then punches me in the teeth.
I'm mysterious. What's going on to you, Dick?
In the glass, it's actually a lot more pleasant.
Okay.
There's the bite's still there a little bit, but it's toned back a lot. Just with a little bit of time to sit, the bite's drawn back a lot, and I can actually taste a lot more of the subtle flavors.
Do you feel that, or not really feel, but like still, while drinking out of the bottle, you mainly get like coffee, chocolate, beard oil,
Actually,
angst.
yes.
Those are the four things that you taste
yeah.
mostly. Out of this, where does it go? You said it does, like, it doesn't have the quick left jab to the chin. Is there any more? Is like a peat maybe? Something. There's something else. Some other layers there that I can't usually.
It's like almost an oak barrel whiskey flavor. Mellow, super mellow whiskey flavor, and I had to let it sit on the tongue for a second to get that flavor. And then I get the coffee, and then I actually get a chocolate flavor. That one descriptor that's in all those beers that I never quite seem to find that flavor. It's actually there.
It's right there.
It is actually there. You just, it's, for a stout, I felt it was actually kind of light on the tongue. Like, yeah, it has the red flavor, and it has a little bit, like, of a thicker body to it when you drink it. It's got substance to it, but it's still, in my opinion, it almost seems lighter if you...
There's not a syrupy quality to it.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that has attracted me to it and keeps me coming back, because I honestly don't like the syrupy. I hate to say it, but I like Guinness. I don't like Guinness mostly because of the aftertaste and the mouthfeel.
There's so many people that don't like Guinness because of the mouthfeel. Because they're like, I can drink so much, but I can only drink one Guinness. Well, why can you only drink one Guinness? Because I'm full after my first glass. As I let this flavor sit on my tongue and I don't renew it, I'm getting kind of a tobacco flavor, like an old like that good cigar.
Yeah, that's like that beard oil concept of, it's like pipe tobacco or...
I've never smoked a pipe. I've smoked cigars.
Smoking a pipe is actually... I quit a 20-year smoking habit, so I'm done. But if I was going to pick one of the tobacco uses back up, pipe tobacco is awesome. It comes in so many amazing different flavors and notes and just a richness to it. And then it also is highly dependent on what you're actually smoking it out of and what you start the flame with. And it's just, you can go just as deep into that as you can with this.
I've also heard pretty
highly addictive.
Yeah, I've also heard it's pretty close to the same thing with cigars. Yeah, so let's go ahead and start the little wrap up on this particular one.
The final out.
Yes.
On the Old Rasputin. Right. Yeah. Question number one, as always, is would you buy it, and how far would you go to get it?
Would I buy it? Yes, obviously I would buy it because I actually went out of my way on purpose to go and get this particular beer for an episode. So yeah, I would buy it. I don't think it would be the first one I would go for because maybe for a stout, it might be the first one I'd go for now.
First
stout. Because up until recently, I'd never had it in a glass. I'd always had it straight from the bottle. And if you noticed, I usually stayed away from your drinks when I was having it straight from the bottle. They're not safe anymore. They're not safe anymore.
Okay.
I know the secret.
That's fair.
How far? If I'm looking for a truly good beer, I would probably go a good 30 minutes out of my way for this one. If my top one isn't easily accessible, which reminds me I need to go look at our particular place and ask them if they can get that in.
Oh, yeah. Alright. Cool. Question number 2. Would you use this beer to distinguish your opinion or your quality of beer tasting to a friend or a stranger?
Oh yeah, because this one has all those different nuances and hints that you drink it from the bottle and you're going to get something vastly different than when you drink it from a glass. And that's something I want to look for if I'm going to try and distinguish myself and get people to try different things and try things to get them to realize that if you drink something from a glass or you drink it from a bottle or from a can, you're going to end up with different flavors more than just, this has a slightly cleaner taste, like you get from Budweiser. If I drink it from a glass, that implies that you got it from the keg, so it's going to be more like drinking it from a can as opposed to drinking it from a bottle, and you get two different flavors.
Okay.
But on that one, it's just my beer.
Okay. All right. Well, for the last question, number 3, would you bring this to a group setting party, or would you sell this at your establishment?
I would definitely sell it at my establishment because I do think highly of it. I would bring it to a small group gathering, much like what we used to have, and that was, I think, your favorite to bring. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not sure if it was your favorite to bring because we usually stayed out of it.
No, well, honestly, it was my favorite because I love the theme of it, and also I appreciate the kick. It's a 9%er, and it's not a break your bank. 9%, like the 13% that I looked at that was like $6.99 for a normal bottle.
Yeah, literally $6.99 for a bottle this size, which was absolutely ridiculous. I wanted to pick it up and bring it in just to have it chilling in your fridge for another time, but
I guess you could say we have stress tests this beer in party situations and
we actually have.
Yeah, it's not. I've never met someone who was disappointed by Old Rasputin. I've met someone who regretted Old Rasputin more than a couple times the next morning.
Oh, yeah.
But not necessarily disappointed in of itself.
No, and he went back to that time after time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that was mostly because he would finish all of his. And then yours was the thing left.
More than likely. More than likely.
So yeah, this is something I would go out of my way to get. This is something that I would use to showcase. This is a drink I would put up in a restaurant if I had my own establishment, and this is a drink I would bring to a small gathering. I wouldn't bring it to a large gathering because it only is, again, only sold in 4-packs.
Right. If you could get your hands on a keg of this,
whoa, whoa, that would be a night.
You might as well just delete that day from your calendar. You're not remembering it. You're not remembering getting the keg. You're not remembering emptying the keg either.
Because you wouldn't live. It's 9%. I want you to let that part sink in. The average Budweiser is 4, 5.
Yeah, somewhere.
Unless you're getting Bud Light Platinum, which is 6, and they were stoked mentioning, oh, we're 6%. Okay, this is 9. Let's put that in a keg and serve that to a group of people.
What was that oatmeal stout that we tried last week? Was that was more than a 9 though, wasn't it? It was like a.
I wish I could just.
Right. Yeah.
And there's the bottle.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not that organized. Anyways, we need to get out of here because I got enough to edit. So yeah.
Want to leave this video on a high note?
So this got all 3.
Yeah, this is
all 3.
All 3's on all the way across the board. I really do enjoy this one a lot more now that I've had it out of glass. Yeah. I don't know why it took me so long to think of putting it in a glass like a some person.
I don't know, but yeah, try tonight.
Yep. Y'all have a good night.
Cheers.